Oh.
Oh.
Wow, leading tower of dessert.
Tastes great.
Right?
I think my oven rack is off balance. By 35 degrees, I'd say.
It looks delicious, even or not.
Oh, just something I threw together. Baking is so creative.
Well, if you'd like another project, there's a bake sale this week at Betsy and Steve's school.
Oh, I'd love to help out.
George's mouth felt glued shut.
George, are you okay?
I think it's the cake.
My cake?
George.
It seems a bit sticky.
Oh, dear. Well, a scientist isn't discouraged by a minor setback. I'll be extra creative when I cook for the bake sale.
Huh.
Well,
Weird. Professor Wiseman is a genius, but she can't bake a cake. That doesn't bode well for the bake sale.
What could have gone wrong with the cake? George didn't know enough about cooking to even guess. But Chef Biscotti knew about cooking.
Oh, sure, let's stop in and say hi.
Hello, how are you?
George headed for the kitchen to watch the master in action.
Hello, Giorgio.
The first thing George noticed was all the chef's cooking tools. Some spoons were very deep. Others had holes in them. Some pans were big, some small. That looked like a saw? Maybe some vegetables were tougher than others. The chef seemed to put in whatever he wanted. In any amount he wanted. All anyone needed to cook were the right tools, so George decided to draw them. George knew Professor Wiseman had scientific tools, but did she own the right cooking tools?
what? Oh, hi, George.
George wasn't finding many tools.
Oh, my. The cookbook. Oh, that was there when I moved in. I never use it. If one is truly creative, there's no need for a cookbook. But it looks like you've been studying cooking. Hey, want to come help me buy ingredients for the muffins I'm making for the bake sale? We're making carrot muffins, so we'll need carrots. What do you think? 1 carrot per muffin? We have everything we need to make a nice pan of muffins.
Lake Wanasink Lake is a very popular place in the summer.
Wait for me!
And on a really hot day, George's little legs couldn't get him to the end of the dock fast enough.
Oh, there. We have a saying on the dock, son. Look before you leap.
Huh? Hey, what happened to all the water?
Well, the dry spells lowered the lake quite a bit, don't you know? Not a good time to dive off the dock, but a great time to waterproof it.
That sounds like a big job. Do you want a hand?
Well, if you're offering, I'm sure not saying no.
If the water was gone, where were the fish?
I don't know where they are. Oh, yeah. Mr. Yellowpants, we have to go find the fish.
Okie doke. Be a good little monkey. And girl.
We found them. Hiya, fish. Huh? What's he doing here? Look at that, George. He's so lonely. We have to save him. Oh, you're right. We should move him to the big lake so he can be with his family.
Honey, Sally just cracked a tooth and I have to take her to the vet. You want to come?
Sorry, I'm in the middle of rescuing a fish.
Oh, well, I don't think Sally can wait.
All right. Well, I'll come back as soon as I can. Bye.
For some reason, the lonely little fish didn't want to be rescued by a monkey.
Smooth strokes, you see. Nice and thick, so's the water can't get in.
Looks simple enough.
Good. Fill your bucket, and you can start over there.
Where's my bucket?
Well, you forgot where you put it already?
That's odd.
This fish wanted nothing to do with monkeys or buckets. If only there wasn't so much dirt, the fish could swim to the big lake all by himself. Ordinarily, monkeys don't go to school. So when an opportunity arose to go to dog school, George was very excited. For most dogs, it was easy to learn hand signals from their owners. Then there was Charky.
You try, George.
Even the stay command wasn't as easy as it looked.
I wish Charky would get it. I'm worried she won't pass her obedience test.
Of course she'll pass. You are the best puppy in the world. Yes, you are. There's a new rule in our building that says all dogs must have an obedience certificate. As if Charky needed such a thing. Anyway, thank you for filling in for Betsy. She's playing in a concert tonight, so we have to leave.
Here, George. She's all yours.
So long, my little sweetie. Oh, time to go, Betsy. We mustn't be late.
Thanks again, George. Oh, I almost forgot. Those are her favorite dog biscuits. Bye!
All right, I'll just be over there sketching.
For the final exam, each of you will use hand signals for jump, go up, and pause to guide your dog through various obstacles. Your dog will have 1 minute to complete the course. Failure means no diploma. And now to show you how it's done, may I present the course record holder and my best student ever, Handley.
George, in a dog obedience class?
First, we have jump through the tire. Still belted perfection. Now, onto the seesaw. Such footwork. The pause table. Your dog must remain absolutely still for 5 full seconds. Good. The A-frame. Nailed it. And one last hurdle. Pedigreed pooch perfection. Thank you, Hundley. Class dismissed. Good luck tomorrow. You'll need it, I'm afraid.
George liked playing with Charky because she could run faster than anyone, and she was the best flipper, too.
Thanks for dog-sitting Charky while I go to the museum, George. Here's her leash and her favorite toys. She loves to play fetch. Oh, Charky never gets tired of running and chasing.
Hi! I've got a package for you from Mabel's.
Oh, I'll take it here.
Bye, everyone. Have a nice dog. Yeah, I mean, have a nice day.
Charky, please. If this falls, it'll break. She knows what it is. She can smell it. See? Bath oils in my favorite glass bottles. Oh, Charky just loves their aroma, don't you, girl?
Charky didn't want to break anything. She just wanted a whiff. George still couldn't smell it.
I'd better hide these really well. If she gets her paws on them, I'll have bath oil all over the place.
Charky even smelled it through the door. That dog had one powerful nose.
Oh, no, he didn't deliver my second package. If the delivery man returns, could you set the package inside for me? Thanks, George. I'll be back soon.
Hey there. I forgot to deliver the lady's other package. Is she still there? You can accept it? Oh, thanks. Can you sign right here?
This must have been more of that easy-to-break stuff. George couldn't smell it, but Charky sure seemed to. Charky was the fastest runner, but she couldn't resist a puddle. There was no chance George could outrun Charky. So he had to find a way to protect that box fast. This bell would ring if anyone bothered the box. Now that the box was safe, George had to figure out how to get it back to Aunt Margaret's place. Even a little monkey knows when it's the hottest day of summer. It's when birds walk in shadows. Dogs leave their tongues out all day. And men with hats use them as fans.
We've been listening to some cool sounds. You know, Monday was the hottest day in 5 years. Well, today's gonna even be hotter.
Too hot for the park, huh? Sun's so strong today, the air conditioner needs a helping hat. Another sign of hot weather? Blackouts. When too many air conditioners run at once, they can cause the power to shut down. I should call the electric company so they know we have no power. Oh, I forgot to put the phone in its battery charger again. Where did I leave it now? The battery's not charged. We're due at the museum. We can call from there. Oh, good thing the power came back on. We almost forgot to turn everything off before we left. George? Huh. Oh, no. Another blackout?
Nope. Watch this. Are we ready, Dr. Levitt?
Ready?
I wanted you to be the first to see.
To see that the lights work?
You just witnessed the first test of the solar panels I installed to power the museum.
We're unveiling them at a party tonight. We're a solar museum.
Wow.
Usually, electricity is made far away and sent in on wires, but now the museum makes its own power.
Solar panels turn the sun's rays into electricity, which is then stored in these batteries.
It's Dr. Levitt's birthday. During the party for the solar panels, I'd like to give her a surprise.
Oh, I could make one of my famous birthday lasagnas.
Precisely what I was thinking.
These batteries are a lot like the ones in toys, flashlights, or cordless phones. And they get all their power from the sun.
George never knew the sun could charge batteries.
I'm gonna be busy with my lasagna, so I can't play now, okay?
A remote control spaceship is the perfect hot weather toy. Until the batteries run out. George didn't want to bother the man with the yellow hat in mid-lasagna. But he needed batteries. Then he remembered how the museum batteries got power from the sun. So why not let the sun charge up his batteries too? There was something else with batteries that needed charging. It was a little cold to be doing this, and it was too big a job. George had really wanted to spend the night in an igloo. And maybe he still could. He could build his igloo right inside the house. A smaller igloo. It was nice and warm. George figured he'd better turn down the thermostat so his igloo wouldn't melt.
Oh, it's freezing. Oh, I must have turned the heat down too low. Heat is off. No wonder it's so cold. Oh.
Seven o'clock. The badge is mine. Ow! We did it, George. Uh-oh. George?
Oh, hi, Bill.
Are you sitting down?
No.
Okay, I don't want to alarm you, but George is not in his igloo.
Don't worry. He's probably upstairs and... What? Oh, boy. George! George, why is there a melted igloo in the living room? Uh-huh. You were cold outside, so you thought you'd build an igloo inside.
Makes sense. For a city kid.
As the Sprout Master of Sprout Troop number 674, I am proud to present Bill with his badge in winter camping.
Wow!
There. And now, George and I would like to invite you all to a little celebration.
George's igloo might be too cold for sleeping, but it was just right for a party.
Hey, George. Got any ice for the punch? Wow, thanks.
And that was the the start of the Monkey Igloo Social Club. Open every weekend until it melted in the spring.
Hey, just in time. Could you grate the carrots into the batter and put it in the oven while I change my shirt? I guess they should make aprons that cover your arms. Yeah, that's great. Then would you slice the cucumbers into the soup and put the apples in the fruit bowl? Thanks, George. Okay, I think we finally have things under control. What is that awful smell? George, thanks for finishing the soup. It smells strange. Is this a cucumber? It tastes like eggplant. It is eggplant. So what did you put in the carrot cake? Is this some kind of radish? Radish cake and eggplant soup and a smelly fruit bowl. Interesting.
George couldn't understand it. How could something that tasted so good in the store taste so bad in the soup?
I'm sure you could make a good soup with eggplant, but this was a recipe for cucumber soup. Well, we still have, 10 minutes. Oh well, I guess we should just order takeout.
Huh? Ooh, yeah!
But, where are you going? George!
Customer number 1, you are back.
And I think I know why. You dropped this on your last visit. Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't these pictures of carrots, cucumbers, and apples?
Yeah, I see it now. Way to go, Dad.
Tell me, my friend, are those the vegetables you have been looking for on your visits? Let me get them for you. You don't want them? Ah.
Oh.
Nothing like a hard day of analyzing carbon isotope ratios to give a girl an appetite. Something smells weird.
Oh, that's my radish cake.
Really? Yum.
George! Perfect timing!
George? Is that your name?
Hello. I am Win Kwang An, owner of the Hua Mai Grocery and Takeout. This is my wife, Hua, and daughter, Mai.
Oh, well, hello.
Hi.
He named the store after us. It means peach blossom.
Is that the new Vietnamese grocery on N Avenue? I've been looking forward to your opening.
Oh, me too. Is all this from your store?
It is. We thought we should help George carry in his order. We've brought you eggplant curry, bun tit nung with nuk kyum, a fish sauce with daikon radish.
Ooh, I love that sauce.
Bitter melon soup. Sa hat lo, which is pomegranate seeds in coconut cream and durian shakes.
It all looks great. And there's so much. Would you join us?
Huh? We would be honored.
A few days later, George headed back to Hua Mai.
Here you go. Hi, look at all our takeout customers. Someone's been talking.
Me! I told everyone I know about how great the food is, and I know a lot of people.
Don't worry, George. You'll always be customer number one.
He was going to need a bigger windmill. Luckily, George knew a perfect place for finding things. The recycling room. Now, what did Mr. Coyote say? If you're building a windmill, you need sails. A sturdy base. Something for the sails to spin around, and something to make the scarecrow move. Now that he had the windmill parts, he just had to put them together. Time to take those sails for a spin. But his windmill stopped short. So George gave his windmill a leg up. 4 of them. When you're making a windmill, it's easy to get wrapped up in your work. So George gave his sails a trim. His sails moved, but his windmill didn't. What was he missing?
When the wind blows, it pushes the sails.
And then George realized these were too loose. So he got more sticks and attached the sails with tape. George could push his sails, but the wind couldn't. Mr. Coyote's sails were stiff. Maybe that gave the wind more to push against. So George made his sails stiff. All his windmill needed now was a scarecrow mover. At last, his windmill was finished. And it was a good thing, too. Because he was out of tape. Now he just had to wait for the wind. And get a weight for his windmill. George had done it. He'd made his scarecrow move. But he did feel bad for Compass and his friends. Now the pigeons could eat their food while George grew his.
It needs more squish.
One sleeping bag was good. 2 were even better. Because when you're somersaulting, you need a soft spot to land.
Okay, we've got our mat. What do we make next?
I know! Hey, Leslie, can we borrow some of your fence for our balance beam? Oh, don't worry. We're gonna put it on the ground. That way you can do gymnastics too.
A balance beam shouldn't tip. When George learned to ride a bike and it tipped over, the man put on training wheels. Maybe his beam needed training wheels too. Only without the wheels.
Now, if only we had some rings.
Some rings were too small, and some were too big. But some rings were just right.
Where did the towels go?
Maybe you should do abominable exercises. They make your muscles stronger.
Yeah.
8, 9, 10. 1 more than 10. 2 more than 10.
Now, we need a pommel horse.
That was going to be a tough one. It'd have to be the right height. Too short. Too tall. And it shouldn't tilt. Once George had a handle on things, he added padding, because safety is one of the 3 S's.
Yes! Way to go, George! Wow, you guys built this yourselves?
Well, it was George's idea. He's pretty smart for a city kid.
Yeah, and wait till Mrs. Somersault sees us next week. We're gonna be so gym-tastic.
At the next class, George couldn't wait to show the teacher what they had learned.
You guys are amazing!
Are we gymtastic?
You certainly are, but how? We found another gym.
Yeah, and it's open every day.
Every day? Do you think maybe we could have classes there? Oh, yeah. We know the owner.
And he's a natural at gymnastics.
Don't worry, George. Your duckling will adapt. This is Bill, signing off until tomorrow.
The next morning, George was eager to see how his duckling was doing with his new duck family.
Here we are,
on day 2 of the Duckling Chronicles. Look at that! The 4th duckling is with its... Oops! Spoke too soon. The duckling still thinks George is its mother.
George had to show the duckling that monkeys are one thing and ducks are another.
You make an excellent duckling, George.
This was getting nowhere. George decided to try another approach.
Farmer Life magazine? How is that going to help?
George wanted to show the duckling that in a typical duck family, there aren't any monkeys. That wasn't working either. Maybe if George showed him how to act, the duckling would get the idea.
It looks like George is trying the make like a duck maneuver. Uh-oh. Hooray for the dumpling! Oh, I should get this on tape. You're watching Dumpling Duck saving her baby like only a mother duck can. And so, the ducklings were brought together by this daring rescue and by the kid from the city who helped to hatch them.
Fantastic!
This is Bill and the City Kid. Bringing you one totally happy ending.
On their way home from the circus, the monkey with the yellow balloon and the man with the yellow hat noticed that Professor Wiseman's light was still on.
Don't tell me you're still working, Professor.
Of course, it's only 9 o'clock.
What's this? A foot race?
Mm-hmm. We're trying to raise money for an expedition to the lost city of Oman.
Great cause. I'll sign up for that. Hey, you want to help me train, George? Great. What about you, Professor? Are you going to run?
Me? Oh, I can't run. I've got way too much work.
Poor Professor Wiseman. She doesn't know what she's missing.
The next day, George couldn't wait to start training.
Hey! Wait up!
Stop! I need
this was strange. The professor who said she couldn't run was running.
Oh, terrible, absolute disaster.
What, did the T-Rex collapse?
Oh, worse. Anonymous donors. They won't contribute to the expedition unless I run the race.
Oh, but that's great. Races are a lot of fun.
Can you help me train? I don't know a thing about running.
No problem. Let's meet in the park at lunchtime tomorrow.
Terrific. Can't wait.
No, Sharky, look out! Oh, boy.
What? He sprained his ankle? How can I train for the race without him? You want to be my personal trainer? Okay. Well, let's get running. Hey, wait for me!
George thought that to be a trainer, all he had to do was run, and Professor Wiseman would follow. Simple.
George, wait up!
Maybe not so simple.
Oh, I'm so thirsty. Do you have any water? Okay, that's it. I'm done. Sorry, George. I'm too tired to run anymore. We can try again tomorrow.
George's first day as a trainer had not gone well.
Hi, George. Professor Wiseman called. She said you tried to help her train for the race. Well, don't give up. I think it's a great idea. And I found something that might help. It's an old training video I used to watch called Run for Your Life.
You! Yeah, you. Are you ready to run like you mean it?
You might want to take notes.
Tip number 1. Before you hit the road, you gotta get graceful. You gotta stretch those muscles.
When George met Professor Wiseman in the park the next day, he wanted to be ready.
Stretching does feel good. Okay, what's next, George? Time to run? Oh, but not too fast, right? All right, then. Let's go.
I have lost the ability to cook. Oh, my cooking is worse than the cat food.
Well, it sure doesn't smell worse. Yuck. Huh. And it certainly doesn't taste worse. Not that I've ever tasted cat food.
You're just being nice. If Gnocchi won't eat my food, there's no point in serving today.
Flour delivery. Oh, it's a nice selection today.
Just to put him down, Hector, thank you.
Okie dokie.
No chewing under the flowers today. We just started using a florist. Gnocchi thinks the flowers are snacks for her.
You might as well let her eat flowers. She won't eat my food.
I will talk to Chef. This is what comes of letting a cat make cooking decisions.
George wondered why Gnocchi wouldn't eat the chef's cooking when it was clearly delicious. Maybe tomorrow would be better. Or maybe not.
I'm guessing this means no ravioli for anybody?
That isn't a hope. We will have to close the restaurant. I'm gonna retire and take up ice sculpture.
Chef.
Oh, no, you have to stay with the food.
Closing the restaurant would be a disaster. Where would the chef and Nettie go? How would George get ravioli? George needed to find out why Gnocchi had stopped eating the chef's food. She must be doing something different. George would watch her and see what she was up to. Maybe she wasn't hungry because she was eating somewhere else. George could smell the delicious sausages, but Gnocchi had no interest. So it wasn't just the chef's food that didn't interest her.
You're a monkey, George. You're just not used to kindergarten.
George wanted to be a monkey who was good at kindergarten. What could he do?
Now, castles weren't just for kings and queens. Butlers, maids, cooks, and carpenters lived in them too. Lots of people lived in castles. I've always thought it would be fun to live in a castle, high on a hill overlooking the ocean. In fact, I would like each of you to draw a castle that you would like to live in. Yes, Allie?
What if we would rather live in a submarine?
Then you draw a submarine. Now I have to go talk to the janitor. I'll be right outside if you need me.
George had an idea. Instead of drawing a castle, why not build one? A castle for Mrs. Gold to live in.
What you doing, George? What's he doing? George, Oh, you want to build a castle for Mrs. Gold? Yay! Let's go!
Maybe castles weren't allowed in kindergarten. Maybe he should ask.
The bookshelves, the water, not a problem. But sand and a carpet, that's a problem.
Mrs. Gold, George wants to know if he can build a castle instead of draw one.
Sure. I'll be right there.
Let me tell you about carpets. First, you got your shags. Then there's your area rug family, which is divided into the short pile and the deep pile.
It's not easy building a castle, but George found a way. With bookshelves and blocks for walls, and a curtain for the roof. And every castle needed a window. George's school tool made a great construction level. At last, the castle was ready. All it needed was a tree.
Yes, well, thank you. That was most informative. I'm sure it will look... Oh, my!
It was George's idea, but we helped.
When you said a castle, you meant a castle. Oh, this is wonderful. It's amazing what you can do when you use your imagination and work together and have a monkey to help you.
Oh. Yay for George! Yay for George!
It was good being a guest monkey, but it was also good being a plain old regular monkey on his way home.
That's some juicer you've got there.
Second best invention in the world. The first is my tasty health drink.
I know these are delicious, but we should save the rest for later, George. Well, okay, I think that's later enough. Boy, that was tasty. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Huh. Right, let's go. Where'd everybody go?
Everybody packed up and left already. But don't worry, they'll be back next week.
A whole week without juice? What was George going to do?
You know, George, if we had our own juicer, we could make the drink ourselves. There's a kitchen supply store right around the corner. Let's go. Oh, boy. I have no idea how to use this. But when in doubt, read the instructions? I guess there are no instructions. Oh, don't worry. Between a smart man and a smart monkey, we should be able to figure it out. Hello? What? Yeah, I'll be right there. Sorry, George. Professor Wiseman needs me at the museum. They're picking a new shade of yellow for the main hall. I'll be back as soon as I can.
George figured a smart monkey all by himself should be able to work this thing. Now, what did Juicy J say he put in that drink?
It's got 5 fruits and vegetables, plus a special secret ingredient.
5 fruits and vegetables. All of them seem to be red. Apples are red. And peppers. And strawberries. And watermelons. George didn't know what cabbage was, but it was the last red thing in the fridge. 5 red things. Now all George needed was a special ingredient. A red fish? Why not? Okay, so maybe raw fish is not a special juice ingredient.